His name is Faker, the only name known even to those who have never played League of Legends. His movements are surgical. His brain calculates in milliseconds. Some call him the god of the game. Others simply call him a legend. But how did he become who he is today? What is the path to becoming the best League of Legends player of all time? This is the story of Faker.
It took them 2 years to win.
But where did he come from? Lee Sang-hyuk, born in South Korea in 1996. As a child, he loved logic games, puzzles, chess, StarCraft, but everything changed in 2011 when he first played League of Legends. He immediately understood that this game was not just about hand speed. It's a chess game with endless variations. Every second is a decision. Every match is a test of patience, intuition, and creativity. He began spending entire days in solo queue. His in-game nickname was Gochumpa, an inconspicuous name, but it quickly became known among the best players. As Gochumpa, he destroyed the rankings and attracted attention. He didn't play like the others. He wasn't just interested in winning, he played differently, precisely, cleverly, aggressively. His combos were lightning fast. His movement across the map was absolutely clean. Within 2 months, he was at the top of the Korean rankings. Rumors began to spread in the community. There's someone new, something like a genius. And that's when the scouts from SK Telecom T1 noticed him. The year is 2013. Lee Sang-hyuk signs with SK Telecom T1, one of the biggest teams in South Korea. He is only 16 years old, no previous experience in major tournaments. But those who saw him play knew he was no ordinary player. His debut comes shortly after joining the team. First game, first show, and the character he chose said it all, LeBlanc. The most difficult mechanical champion in the game. In the hands of most chaos, in Faker's hands, a weapon of mass destruction. Opposite him was a player with Kuzik. And then came the outplay that changed esports forever. Jump, skill, calculation. Faker's LeBlanc danced between abilities as if it were choreography. The commentators screamed. The audience went wild. And the internet asked, "Who the hell is this?" The unknown young man became a phenomenon literally overnight. But that was just the beginning. SKT, with Faker, won the 2013 LCK Summer Split and advanced to their first World Championship Worlds 2013. Faker stepped onto the world stage, and what followed was pure dominance. His Syndra, Orianna, Ahri, everything he touched worked like clockwork. SKT gradually crushed every team that stood in their way, and in the final, they defeated the Chinese team Royal Club 3-0. Faker, a 16-year-old rookie, held the Summoner's Cup above his head. The audience cheered. Esports was changing live on air, and everyone who watched knew one thing: This is no coincidence. This is the beginning of something huge. Faker didn't introduce himself as just another talent. He appeared as a new standard. From that day on, League of Legends was never the same again. Over the next few years, Faker destroyed the entire League of Legends world. In 2015, he returned to Worlds and once again crushed everyone. His dominance wasn't just about winning, it was a demonstration of power. Everything he did looked easy. It was as if he was 2 seconds ahead of every player on the map. His rise play from 2015, when he flashed through a wall and saved the entire team. That's not just a highlight, it's a textbook example. In 2016, he won his third World Championship title, 3 titles in 4 years. And then there was that moment that every esports fan knows, Zed versus Zed, Faker versus Ru. Speed, precision, absolute coolness. At that moment, a legend was born. Ru was facing someone who didn't play League of Legends. He defined how the game should be played. His Orianna, perfect ultimates that changed the course of entire finals. Faker wasn't just the best mid laner, he was the greatest player ever. His name was chanted by fans in stadiums around the world, from Korea to Europe to America. At that time, he was unbeatable. There was no other player who had such an impact. The community began to refer to him with a single word, GOAT. He was the god of the game, a symbol of perfection. But even kings are not immortal. After years of dominance, there came a period when things began to fall apart. The years 2018 to 2020 were the most difficult in Faker's career. The team's performance declined. T1 lost important matches. Fans began to have doubts. The media was merciless, and Faker, the man who had previously been at the center of every victory, suddenly had to come to terms with the fact that he was human, that he sometimes made mistakes. There were moments when he sat on the bench. He was substituted. Commentators asked, is his era over? And yet he never left. When he had the opportunity to leave $4 million contracts in China or America, he stayed. When others were looking for an escape, he was looking for a way back. Days without cameras, nights without sleep, training, thinking. Faker didn't have to prove anything to anyone, but he wanted to. Not for his ego, not for trophies, but for the team. For his teammates, for the game itself. Even though he wasn't at the top, he became an example. His calmness in interviews, his determination on stage, he went from being a player to a leader, a mentor, an icon. During those years, he didn't win the most games, but he won the most respect. And that is perhaps the greatest victory of all. The year is 2023. Faker enters Worlds as a veteran. They are no longer the favorites. Commentators have their doubts. Fans dream but don't believe. And yet, he rewrites history once again. In the semifinals, they crush JDG. In the finals, they destroy Weibo Gaming. And when Faker lifts his 4th Summoner's Cup above his head, the world falls silent. Not because it's a surprise, but because the legend who has been there from the beginning is still writing new chapters. It's as if time has stopped. Faker, almost 30 years old, still sits in the same chair, with the same T1 logo on his chest. With the same look, calm, focused, relentless. While others came and went, he remained. He didn't just become a champion, he became something more. A symbol of perseverance, modesty, resilience. He is an inspiration to young players around the world. Not because he wins, but because he hasn't lost his love for the game. Because he never stopped growing. Because he showed that being a legend isn't a matter of a few years, but decades of hard work. Faker has long since transcended the boundaries of League of Legends. He is an icon of esports, a model of what it means to be a professional. And while most players would have long since retired, he is still here, playing against those who once watched him as children. Faker is more than just a legend. He's not just a player who has won for world titles. He's not just a mid-laner with the most famous outplays in history. Faker is proof. Proof that even a quiet boy from Korea can change the world. That with discipline, passion, and determination, the impossible can be overcome. He didn't just play to win, he played because he loved the game. And that is where his greatness lies.
You can see the devastation on the side of Weibo as they look on. T1, they must feel like this is a long time coming. They had to work so incredibly hard to get here to this stage.
Able to do it.
You can see as we head towards the trophy ceremony presented by Mercedes-Benz. Oh, the Summoners Cup, beautiful, crafted by Tiffany & Co. T1 finally hoisting it with the new name. SKT was their name when they had the first 3, and now this team that so many adore will finally hoist.
He changed League of Legends. He changed the entire esports scene. He rewrote the rules and redefined what it means to be a pro. Whether he wins Ognor, never again his name will remain. Engraved in gold, forever part of history. When you type Faker into Google, you don't just get a player, you get a legend.
이 위에 필요한 건 무엇일까요? 사실 베이커는 떡잎으로 나왔죠.
We gotta introduce you guys to Faker.
And now I ask you, what are you going to do with that? Are you just going to watch, or are you going to start training? Are you ready to become the next Faker?